Greetings, 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 royal family. Did you miss me? Boy, I tell you, this is really a hot topics Tuesday. There's a whole lot of going on. Thank you for clicking on the video. If you are a returning royal family member, then you already know, pay your admission fee, hit that like button. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Tamar Braxton, Toni Braxton, Towanda Braxton. There's a whole lot of going on, okay? So apparently, Toni Braxton, she calls out David ADEFESO, who is Tamar Braxton's ex-boyfriend. And she did like a post and delete. But of course, social media nosy people like myself are quick. So of course, the post was captured, all right? So let's get into this article. First of all, Toni Braxton, she calls out her sister Tamar's ex-boyfriend, David ADEFESO. Leave my family alone. So this is the article here. Let's let this thing load. Let it load. Let it load. Here it is. So Toni Braxton, she is speaking out against her sister's ex. In a tweet on Monday, Toni called out David ADEFESO, who previously dated her sister Tamar Braxton. David, he filed a DV restraining order against Tamar in September. Toni says, you weasel, you ferret. Wow, so you are name calling Toni Braxton? Living legend Toni Braxton? You are beyond contempt. Once again, do not include my children in your shenanigans. Please leave my family alone. She tweeted in reference to her sons, Denham, who's 18, and Diesel, who is 17. Now, the exact reason for Toni's tweet is unknown, though her sister, Towanda Braxton, shed a bit of light on the matter in an Instagram video. So Towanda said, Toni is okay. She's just really pissed off at David, as well as we all are. Now, let me stop here. I find this extremely interesting because the sisters were very, very quiet as church mouses when other things were going on. Why all of a sudden is people posting, Towanda of all people speaking out when she basically told TMZ to stop lying on her family and we ain't saying nothing to the press and mind your business. What's going on with these Braxton sisters? They really are something else. Anyway, so continuing on with Towanda's statement, we don't appreciate or condone the way he's handling the situation. This is what Towanda is saying. It's even deeper than you guys can even imagine. For Toni to even say anything and post it on social media, because she never does anything like that. He's gone way too far. What did he do? How did he go way too far? Towanda continues, and like she said, you don't involve the children. We don't care what happens or how we may disagree or agree to disagree. You never involve the children. David went over the line when it comes to that. I believe he is a loser boy. And if I'm calling somebody a loser boy, I mean it. Now, this is according to ET. They tried to reach out to David. Well, not obviously, but they tried to reach out to David for a comment, and I don't think he commented. So this is the actual post that Toni Braxton tweeted. You see it there. She called him a weasel. She called him a ferret. Wow. Now, 1 month before David filed for a restraining order against Tamar, Tamar credited him with saving her life. You guys already know what happened. Tamar was hospitalized and she is alive and well. Thank God, all praises to the Most High for that. But she has said that David was the one that saved her life and he was there for her when no one else was. Now, I do have a tweet queued up. Tamar actually posted on Twitter like a voice note of sorts, giving her thoughts on Towanda and Toni speaking out about David. Now, during Instagram Live, when all of this shenanigans was going on, David, he got up on YouTube, or he posted it to YouTube, Instagram, whichever outlet it was. And he says that, I will never, ever bring myself to attack Tamar. Somebody I've spent so long with, but I'll speak my truth. This is what he said. He says that he's a victim of DV and that Tamar was hands-on with him. And this is what prompted him to get a restraining order. So he also claimed that the alleged incident led to him crashing his Rolls Royce, and it caused $30,000 in damages. He added that the alleged altercation was the basis for requesting the restraining order. Do you think that this is all publicity? The Braxton Family Values, the show is coming back in November. What would cause Toni, not that she has to give us an explanation, she really doesn't, but for you to tweet something, be so vague, then Tawanda jumps out of nowhere, and co-signs what Toni is saying. Can they not speak because David has a restraining order against Tamar? And if they say anything, it could jeopardize the restraining order. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But David said that he wasn't hands-on with Tamar. He called those accusations a complete and absolute falsehood. Now let's shift gears to Tamar's Twitter, okay? So I just saw this a few hours ago. So Tamar is speaking out in like this little voice note. It's really quick. In reference to her family, I guess, coming to her defense. So like to hear it? Here you go.
Whew. Okay, so today is a lot. And I just wanted to come on here and just clear some things up. I really honestly appreciate my family, all of a sudden speaking up for me. I do appreciate that. And, it's expected when you're going through a breakup for families, to choose a side and have things to say. It's never positive. And I know nobody agrees with what, David said on his live. I don't agree with what he said, But I do feel compelled to say that it wasn't a terrible relationship. David was an amazing partner to me. He was an amazing stepdad to Logan. He wasn't a clout chaser. He wasn't trying to be on TV. He did everything on TV and showed up for me because I asked him to. And I don't feel like majority of the things that are being said is warranted because, what I went through this summer was very traumatic for both of us. And he was there for me every step of the way, even when most people were not. The people that I thought was going to show up did not show up. He showed up. And that's why I feel so compelled to say something now because, as much as I understand everybody dragging him through the mud and saying what they need to say because of what he said on his live, the other part is still present too. And this is not me trying to get back with David or we working things out because we're not. I haven't talked to him or seen him since August 30th. Just me on my journey. I just really want to do the right thing. And I'm sorry if I look ridiculous trying to do the right thing, but, I just wanted to say that. And, unfortunately, this is a situation where nobody wins. We're in a legal dispute and things are blown out of proportion. And I just feel really bad for everybody, including myself. So I would just really like to heal private.
All right. There's a second part to this. Like to hear it. Here you go.
And be able to tell my story when I feel the need to tell my story. So everybody involved, thank you. I love you. But I would like to heal in private.
She said she would like to heal in private. There you have it. And 21 hours ago, she posted to her Twitter, "Nobody wins when the family feuds." So there you have it. Tamar said that David was an amazing boyfriend. She said that she wasn't trying to be all in the video, all on the record. He showed up because she asked him to. If you asked me to. Now, I was reading the comments and I knew that this was going to happen. There were people in the comments saying, Tamar, he manipulated you. Why are you covering up for him? He's warping your mind to make you say this. Tamar, you're not telling the truth about David. So in this, she sounds extremely, her voice doesn't even sound the same. There was no theatrics. There was no extra drama, no hoop la la and fool la la, right? But people think she lying. But when she was saying does that mean when she was saying all the other things that everybody kind of wanted to hear because they don't like David for whatever reason, she was telling the truth? Which one is it? To me, this is the most sincere I have ever heard Tamar. It could be an act. I could be totally wrong. It could all be an act. She said that he did not try to be on TV. He wasn't basically trying to get clout. He showed up because she asked him to. When she was going through what she went through in the summer, she said he showed up for her. The people that she thought would be there for her was not. Is that a jab at her sisters? She also said she appreciates her family all of a sudden wanting to stick up for her or show up for her or defend her, whatever she said. All of a sudden, which means that they weren't there. Why weren't they there? Did they stay away because they didn't like David? Did Tamar isolate herself from her family? Who knows? All I know is this seems like a bunch of nonsense. Straight up nonsense. Tamar says she wants to heal in private. But Miss Mamas, I just got to say this. Tamar, you were the individual who voluntarily gave information, text message threads, and pictures to a media personality, vlogger, blogger, whatever you want to call it. And that individual put that information out. That's Jason Lee. So maybe she was mad. Maybe she wanted to clear the air. I get it. Probably in the heat of the moment, she sent it to Jason Lee so that, she can clear her name. I get that. I can get that. But this is very interesting. So she's pretty much telling her sisters to mind their business. But what made Toni jump on social media, which she never does? I don't even think she did that when Tamar and Vince were going through their little situation. What made Toni jump on social media and call David a ferret and a weasel? What happened? And Tawanda's co-signing something about the kids. What's going on? I guess we'll have to see this play out on the Braxtons. But Tamar says, look, I just want to heal in private. When it's time, I will tell my story. Maybe Tamar is tiptoeing and being careful because she's got to go to court. Because remember, David did get a temporary restraining order against her. So they are going to have to go to court to see what's going to become of that. So maybe she's trying to be on her best behavior. Something in the milk ain't clean. So I would like to know what the Tamartian fans, how do you feel about Toni saying what she said, Tawanda co-signing what Toni said, and Tamar basically saying to her sisters, I love y'all, thank you, but I would just like to heal in peace. And when I'm ready, I'll tell my story. And David was the only one that showed up for me in my time of need. And the relationship was not bad. I just want to know what y'all think. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Sound off. Share your thoughts. Share your opinions. Like the video if you enjoyed this quick commentary. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you join our royal family. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, select all, so you don't miss out on any of my uploads. Boy, are they charging us up for Braxton Family Values? I don't think this is going to play out on the Braxtons unless the network decides to make some quick edits and incorporate all of this stuff into the show. They've done it before, so we shall see. Until next time, folks. Peace.